Hi everybody, it's Chef Rob from the Kitchen Market, Chef in your kitchen, hanging out in my kitchen. So today I thought I'd bring a real fun recipe to you. I would have to say this is one of the ones my boys always ask me, hey Pops, can you put this recipe together? I just love this one. It's my barbecue chicken soup. And I think part of this one I enjoy this time of the year is sort of that transition, right? Like, we're almost done that summer grilling. Now we're looking at the fall. So this is sort of I'm going to call it my in-between recipe that I really love to make. And again, probably when you saw the recipe posted, you said to yourself, most people, wow, that's a lot of ingredients to this soup. And I'm telling you, everyone just brings a beautiful flavor to it now. So let's start off. In the recipe, you'll see it in the description. Just hit more on there and you'll see the whole recipe in that again. And again, the market open every Saturday from 7 till 2. Get out there, all the vendors out there, just amazing in that. So, and it's a beautiful time of the year with all the great produce and stuff like that, okay? So, all right, let's talk about this recipe here. Okay, so I start with my bacon. The bacon I got from Charles Meat. The guys there are wonderful, great product there. What I did ahead of time is I cooked the bacon ahead of time. And what I'm really trying to do here is just sort of draw the fat out and get that bacon nice and crispy. And the fat is what I'm going to sort of kind of make this soup. That's my base of making this beautiful soup and that, okay? So I got my, got my bacon already crisped up. I'm going to put that to the side for now. And that's really going to be my garnish at the end and that. All right, so what I'm going to start with is I have my grease of my fat heated up. I have that beautiful barbecue rub recipes in there. This is a great rub on anything, chicken, beef, whatever. It is, and this is really adds that beautiful flavor. And I should kind of start with this. A lot of times when I'm doing soups and that, I'll have like a base for butter, and I'll start with sauteing my onions and garlic and stuff like that. And one of the things I always say to people is like season as you go along with, a little kosher salt, a little pepper and stuff like that. This is a little different because we've got so many flavors in here. We got the rub and that. When I do this recipe, I kind of wait till the end because I find there's so many flavors from all the ingredients we're doing. You really don't need a lot of that sort of kosher salt and those things in it, okay? So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw that rub in that oil, in that fat. And all we want to do is just you're sort of just heating it up to really bloom up all those beautiful flavors in that, eh? And you just sort of give it a little stir, you can smell those flavors and stuff like that. And really, it's not a lot of time to do it. Just, a few minutes, just to sort of bring out the flavor and really sort of get that lovely smell, okay? All right, so we got our rub in there, blooming out. It's really, lots of flavor in there. So now let's start with our onions. So we're going to throw our onions in here. And what we're going to do is we just want to sort of just give them a little saute and really mix that, the bacon fat, the barbecue rub mix all around those onions and that, okay? So we're just going to put them in for a few minutes. Let them sort of, just sort of get them with that translucent sort of texture or color in that, okay? All right, so now we got our onions cooking in here. We're gonna add our chipotle pepper. And again, I get a lot of ask about that, where can you get it? That's the can you're looking for. You can get that in any grocery store. So, and it really keeps forever, these peppers and that, okay? So, any grocery store, you can buy these chipotle. It really gives that sort of bit of a spice and really like a really lovely smoke taste to it, okay? So I'm going to throw that garlic. I'm going to throw that adobo pepper in there. So I got that in there. I'm just going to sort of kind of just mix that in here. Oh, it smells wonderful. Okay, so got that in there. So now I'm going to add that 4 cups of Roma tomatoes. For myself, for this, I don't seed my tomatoes. You can, if you don't like the seeds, go ahead, just seed them and stuff like that, okay? For me, I kind of like, I don't mind the seeds in this, okay? And plus, we're also going to puree it too, okay? All right, so now we just throw those tomatoes in there. And we just want to give them a little stir, mix up with all that barbecue rub, get all that beautiful onions in there, and the flavor, and the garlic, and oh, it's a mountain of flavor in this one. It's great. Okay, so we got our tomatoes in here. Just give this a little bit of time to sort of sear. All right, here's the magic, okay? I'm a big fan of craft beers. I love our local craft beer place around here, and they got some amazing beers. So for me, for this one, the beer I like is this IPA from Forefathers. It's a great IPA. Again, whatever one you like, you want to put in here, go with it. And if you don't want beer in it, no problem. You know, don't add it, right? I love the flavor of this beer, this IPA from that. So the intention of the beer is I want to try to use that as my deglaze, right? So like, you know, naturally we use a wine or whatever. So I'm just going to add this beer in here. And all I'm doing here is just really sort of, I'm just sort of kind of deglazing out and getting all those bits and pieces from the bottom of that pan. And that's, again, I keep saying, this is where the flavor is, really from all those, you know, that bacon cooking, that onion, the garlic, and that. So what I'm doing here is I just want to try to get all that beautiful flavor. Oh, it's wonderful. All right, so in here, you know, I would just give this again a couple more minutes, get it to cook out a bit, get your onions to soften out a bit, and before we add the rest of the ingredients. And again, it's like I said from the beginning. As you're cooking this, you're going to really smell the flavors in it. And you understand why. Wait till the end if you need any kosher salt or pepper to it. Because you got some bit of the salt in the rub. You know, you got the salt in that bacon and stuff like that. So, you know, you're going to get a lot of that already in there. And you may find you may not even need any, which is awesome. All right, so we're just letting this really deglaze out now. I use a Dutch oven, nice cast iron. Actually, this one, you could do this on barbecue. You could actually take that cast iron, put it on the barbecue, do this whole thing on the barbecue. Lots of different ways of doing it, okay? All right, so there we go. So we got that cooking up a bit. Now, so the next thing is we have our chicken stock, and the other one is the tomato sauce, Dijon mustard, brown sugar, Worcestershire cider sauce, and I think I got it all, and tomato sauce, right? So one of the things I do with that, I'll just mix it all together. I just put it in a bowl, put it all together, all those ingredients, and I just sort of whip them up and stuff like that. One of the things with this one is, and this is what I love about this one, I put in tomato sauce. But if you want, you can put in your own tomato sauce. If you got your own tomato sauce, great add to it. I've done it with ketchup. If you want a little more sweeter taste to it, that's when you could add to it, right? So add some ketchup to it instead of the tomato sauce and that. So different options, right? Lots of different ways of doing this one, okay? So I got my tomatoes all cooked up, my onions and that. I'm just gonna add my 4 cups of my chicken stock to this. And my sauce. So now I've gotten my sauce in here. I got my chicken stock in here, and I'm just gonna let that warm up real nice now, okay? All right, so while that's warming up, let's talk a bit about this recipe and that. It's one of the ones where I love doing it just for, you know, like if I'm making chicken on the barbecue, I'll throw a couple extra pieces of chicken to make up a batch of this soup and that. It is a great soup. It freezes really well. So the recipe will make up about 6 servings of soup. So this is a great one to make. You know, freeze it, bring it out later on in that. So that's why it's a good one that way. And again, with the chicken, you know, just any chicken. It can be dark, it can be white, whatever one you really prefer now, okay? The other thing in there, I talked a bit about the corn, right? So I grill my corn. So I just take a whole cob, throw it on the grill it up a bit, and then I just cut it off and to get my kernels of corn, right? So I grill it. It doesn't, if you like it grilled, great. If you're not, don't grill it, that's fine. Same for the tomatoes. The Roma tomatoes, you can grill them or just leave them as is. Again, like I talked about, if you don't like the seeds, you know, core out the seeds and stuff like that. I like them. And again, so grilling, it's just really a real simple cut in half. If you want cored out, a little olive oil, a little vegetable oil, and just give me a little bit of grill and that. And that's really just to sort of bring out more and more of that barbecue flavor in that. And that's really what you're trying to get out of this recipe, that beautiful barbecue flavor, okay? All right, so normally in the recipe, you'll see in the recipe when I'm at this point, I would let this sit just, you know, on medium heat, simmering away for about a half hour or so. Because I want to kind of get through the whole recipe today and show you the whole thing from start to finish. I'm going to sort of jump ahead in this one. So what I do is I get immersion blender. You can use a food processor and just put bits in it and do it. And then all I'm doing is I'm going to take the sauce and I'm just going to blend it out and get it somewhat smooth, okay? Beautiful smell. You're just getting a wonderful smell in there. And again, I'm blending it all. I'm leaving that adobo pepper in there, the Chipotle adobo whole, everything in there. And I'm just sort of just mixing it all up so I really get that real nice little sauce to it, okay? And again, normally I would take this one, I would let this sort of cook off for about a half hour, and it sort of kind of thickens up a bit, okay? But again, I'm just trying to, I want to kind of take you guys through start to finish. Maybe I want some soup at the end too. All right, okay. So again, I'm just sort of just mixing it up to get to that beautiful little liquid. So again, you know, I just have that sort of, you kind of see there, just that nice little liquid there to it. And again, this is a bit of a chunky soup, okay? All right. So again, like I said, I would like a half hour or so just to give it a little time to sort of thicken up a bit now, okay? But again, I kind of want to take you guys through the whole recipe, okay? All right, so I'm all done here. Everything's done. So now it's just literally, I'm going to add my remaining ingredients, right? So I'm going to throw in this barbecue chicken I did, which I got from Cressman Meats. Oh, wonderful guys there. It's a real nice dark meat, beautiful meat. Okay, again, Cressman's, definitely try it. Lima beans. So add my lima beans. You can get this canned. You can get it frozen anywhere. I like the lima beans in this because one is it adds a bit of color to it, which is good, and it's a really good bean for this soup. Okay, but again, it's really around preference. If you're not really a lima bean eater, maybe go with I don't know, maybe a navy bean or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to throw my grilled corn. Add that in there. And then finally, I'm going to put my tomatoes in. And again, this is an option, right? You can go with grilling them ahead of time and then putting them in, okay? So throw the tomatoes in. Oh my, this looks amazing. Okay, so here we go. Once I put all this in, I would, then I would just leave it on low heat, keeping it warm until you're ready to serve it, okay? So it's a great one. All right, so let's have it. Oh, it smells wonderful. All right, so here we go. It's got lots of, just that beautiful chicken, the tomatoes. Again, so here we go. Look at that. That is just, and this is where I sort of kind of take a bit of the bacon and I will just decorate it with a little bacon just to add a little flavor to it. Oh, let's have a taste. Let's have a taste. That is amazing. And really, even at this point, I don't need any salt. A little more time on the cook with this, it'll really bring out more and more of the flavors again. Oh, that's wonderful. So keep your bacon, beautiful garnish for it. You can add maybe, I don't know, maybe a little sour cream, you know, play around with it, you know, try different things in it. But man, amazing soup, keeps really well, freezes up in that. Oh. All right, I want to thank everybody for joining me on this one. Definitely, this is a must try, and I know your family is going to love this soup and that. Again, 7 to 2, the Farmers Market is Kitchener Market's open till. Kitchener.ca/vendor has all the vendors that are going to be at the market and that. And the upstairs is open also. So please get out to the market. Again, all these ingredients, or most of these ingredients, you can get there at the market. Yeah, and thanks for joining me tonight. Everybody, be safe and have a great evening. Thanks for joining me.